You know, when you look at things, there's 3 seasons. You have the fall season, and during the fall season, you have to go win football games. And now it's the recruiting season. And we just ended today with the recruiting season, and we're very, you look at the guys we got today, they're special. And it's really going to help our program. And then you look at the 3rd season, which is going to be the off season. All 3 of these seasons are related because in the fall season, you know, you need a recruits right now that gets you to the off season, which is going to get you to the fall season, which is going to allow you to go and compete and go win football games. And I'd just like to commend our staff. Our staff did an excellent job of going out and fulfilling our needs. And when you think about it, when you look at this program, what we have to go do here is that we have to go, the state provides us with recruits that we can be able to go recruit, and then we have to go outside of our boundaries. And we go outside of our boundaries, we know that we have to go into other territories, and you have to go beat programs. And when you go beat those programs, you want to go compete against the best, and you want to go recruit against the best. And so when we go into the areas, a lot of times you hear a lot of talk about who we recruit in the state that we go into recruit them. And there's no reason, the reason why we go into the state is just that once we recruit this state, we know there's not enough players within this state because you have to take the University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky, and then you have to split the recruits. And then you have to go outside the state, so you have to go outside the state to go get you some really good football players. And when you go battle those states, you go battle Miami, you go into the city of Miami, you have to go battle Miami, you have to get up in the state, you have to go battle Florida State, you get into Georgia, you go battle Georgia, you get to Alabama. And we want to battle those schools because we want those type of players. And that's the type of players we have to have here to go turn this program around. And it's all about character, it's all about speed, it's about athletic ability. And we want guys that we know this. At the end of the day, when we get them here, we want to develop them and go make them really good football players. And we feel like that's what, when we address our needs, that's what we were able to do. And you look at it, we signed 24 players, 18 we signed today, 6 are already enrolled. And of the 18 players we signed today, 5 offensive linemen, 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers. But that is what we really needed in our program because you know this, the game is won up front. So you have to go and get your offensive and defensive linemen because that's where it all starts at. And the skill guys, I always tell our staff, and we laugh about it and I tease them about it, you can go find the skill guys, you know, they're everywhere. But it's always hard to go get those offensive and defensive linemen. And then you look at the linebacker position that in an area that we had to address, and we were able to go get 4 backers and 4 really good special football players. But it's all about, with this program, we had to continue to move this program forward. And we said that you have to have a plan, you have to have a vision, you have to know where you want to go with this program. And we know that the only way we can go win championships, we had to go recruit the right people. And I'd just like to say this, our athletic director, Tom George, he provided us with unlimited resources. We can go and recruit wherever we want, nothing's ever said, and he wants that to happen within this program. And then you look at this city, you look at this university, what Dr. Ramsey has done here, we're able to go get fulfilled players, and when they talk about academics and where they want to go, that's all here. Within this building, we have our academic resources. So when young men come here on a visit, they talk about majors, we have that major for them. And then you bring the parents in, and the parents are really excited when they see what we have here. Then you take them up on the campus and what we have to offer with our dorms, and then just with the academic reputation we have here, and as we continue to build that. And we're going to get special players in this program because of what we have and the resources that we have here. And that's within every athletic program on this campus. Because when you take them to the trigger, you take them to a basketball game, and they see the other facilities. You know, parents, they're always looking around. They're looking around for what they can find, sometimes what's wrong with the program and what's good about the program. But you drive them down the street, they see every different facility for every sport, and they get excited because they know this, that money's been put into this program, and that their child is going to be provided with every resource to go be successful. And that's what it's all about, just being successful and going and to recruit those young men. And like I said, our staff, you know, one week here I was with Coach Hurt, and we started down in Miami. We went from Miami to West Palm, from West Palm up to Port St. Lucie, to Orlando, up to Valdosta, up to Savannah, back down to Lake City. I mean, that was a trip now, I'll tell you that. I told her, I don't know if I can drive around with him that much, the way my man tries. So, but it was a fun trip, but every coach is involved in, and that's what we have to have. And then when parents come into your program, they see every coach is involved, and they get excited. And our support staff and what they do. But everybody is all locked in. And that's why we have the recruiting success that we have, because it's not about me, and I tell our staff all the time, it's not about me, but it's everybody. It's this whole university, it's this city. They want a winner here, and it's up to us to provide them with that winner. And we know we can get that done because we have the resources here, like I said, because we have an athletic director who truly gives us everything that we need to go be successful, and that's what you want to have. And as we continue to develop, as we continue to make this program grow, we say this, we do. We catch a lot of flack about in-state recruiting. What do you think about it? Last year, the top 3 players in this state, they went out of state. This year, one of the top players in this state, they went out of state. They didn't even visit us. But we can go to another city and to another state and draw the top recruits here. And that's what we have to be able to do to get these young men within the state to stay at home so that we can recruit them and continue to build this program. Because you want to build rivalries, and if you want to talk about what you want to do, it's got to come from the homegrown talent. And the homegrown talent will make the rivalries be more special because as young men that within the state have grown up, saying they support this university and what they want to do with the athletic department and see where it wants to grow. But we will continue to recruit hard. We will continue to bring in special players. We will continue to move this program forward, and we will continue to build a winner here. And that's what it's all about, because everything's in place for us, and we have to make that happen. And it is going to be special. You look at the board. If you guys have any questions, we could go there. We could talk about some of these young men. But it is a special place, and it's a special day for us.
So you talked about the offensive line guys. Could you just specifically talk about the group of the 5 offensive linemen?
Well, you look at Sid from Indianapolis. When you look at him, it's so hard to say how much they're going to help us. DeAndre is a 6'5", 350 guy right there. And then if you go down the line there, we look at the offensive lineman. Let's go to the other side there. Joe Manley, 6'6", TC, 6'2". But you have guys that are big guys and are big body guys that can help you. They will continue to come in here and develop and just get bigger. And that's what's to happen. We're not counting. This year we played a freshman with Miller, a freshman with Jamon Brown, a redshirt freshman with Jake Smith. You still have Cup coming back. You have Mario coming back. But you have some guys who have played. So I don't know how much those guys are going to be figuring in our plan. But we just want to get them to develop. In the last 3 years, we've signed 15 offensive linemen, which is good, and that's where you want to build your program, 15.
Charlie, you touched on this a little bit. Is there a common theme among these 24 signings in terms of kind of guys they are, or the kind of talent they may have? I know it's tough to project, like horse racing 2, 3, 4 years down the line.
Well, when you look at it, like 6 of those guys, the 2 guys transferred in here from University of Florida. You have 2 guys in here that transferred in with Clark. And our tight end that came in with him. But there's two big guys. And if you look at it, Joe Christian, he's 6'3", 253, but he's going to have to sit a while. But when you talk about is there a common theme, you like to think about your linebackers, where you get 4 backers in with Burgess and Brown. There's 2 guys right now that are on our campus, and we're getting a chance to go watch them work out. And then Nick Dolson is someone who's been highly recruited, really talked about, has not hit campus yet. But it's going to be, when he gets here, it'll be interesting to see how he works with that group of guys. But it is, and you just want to build, because you always say, what are our needs right now? Where do we have to go? And that linebacker position, offensive line, was one of the 2 areas that we targeted.
Can you talk about those Florida transfers and just what they could provide a year from now?
Well, it's so hard because they're in the program now. So you got Robert Clark, who's a little guy who got a lot of speed, and Gerald Christian's a tight end who's is big, and then he's only going to get bigger. So because you're going to have a year with him, and it's athletic. So you just look at it, just speed and just athleticism. That's what you try to find when you go out and recruit, and especially when you get transfers in, because when you get a transfer in, you're hoping that down the road they're going to be able to help us.
You got a quarterback in Will Gardner. What did he show for you?
Well, Will is rangy, and when you look at it, Coach Watt was it that really liked Will Gardner, and if you look at it with his size, he's 6'4", he's able to move, can throw the ball very well.
You had 2 guys commit to Louisville on national television, pick the Louisville hat. How important is something like that for your program?
Well, when you look at it, I don't know if that's ever happened, and someone told me it's never happened before, but it just shows you just where the program is heading. When you get on national TV and you have 2 guys that go to an all-star game, their hat's sitting there, and they take the hat and they put it on, and which it was really special at the time for the program because everybody had a chance to sit, and then, you know, people saw Louisville. It didn't shock a lot of people because they just know that the type of recruiters that is on this coaching staff and what guys can get accomplished.
Is that position linebacker where guys can help you immediately of this class?
That's a position that we needed. We do need some that we do need help right now because look at Preston Brown, look at Daniel Brown. You know, there's two right there that played a lot last year. So now you got 4 guys that are coming in who's going to get a chance to go compete, see if they can go earn a position and play.
How big is it to get 4 guys on campus to be able to go through spring ball, and how big of a jump does that give those guys?
Well, what happens when you get a guy in early, they get a chance to just see, they get a chance to work out. So now they understand how the pace of working out going, and then they're able to get a jump on their academics because they get a chance to get on campus and go to class, and then they get a chance to go work out with the team and just see where they are. But it is good to get them here early. Now they can study. They know exactly what is going on because you look at last year, Teddy Bridgewater was an early sign-in, Jermaine Reeve, and we had some guys that come in, Charles Gaines last year. They were early guys that got in here.